Tracks on the beat.
Meet up in New York City. I am Abby Harris, your host today.
What up, what up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain. I am your host, Abby Harris. Good morning. Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain podcast. I'm your host, Abby Harris. Today is February 1st, 2024. Who would ever think? First of all, salute to Black History Month. There's going to be a lot of cultural things going on, a lot of videos and movies, and some movies that I cannot stand that they play every year. I don't want to see Roots. I don't want to see Roots. I don't want to see I don't know. They play these movies every year, and I hate it. I don't want them to play them. I can't stand them every year. But on the other side of that, welcome to Beyond the Blockchain podcast. Today we will be talking about a lot of different things that is happening within the space, but you know I always have to start out with my shameless plug of Beyond the Blockchain podcast. You can find it in all social digital platforms. Social digital platforms. But on here I have multiple interviews of multiple guests that come on and come check us out. Just like there's a lot of informative information on here. Make sure you tune in each and every Monday where we will be having guests and we'll be talking about different projects, what's going on within the space, different protocols, different startups, different founders, VCs. This week we will be having my boy, Dio. Dio will be in the building. We will be having a great conversation on Glass.xyz, finances, and so on and so forth. What's happening in the space, and as a founder, where are you coming from to where you're going, and what are your expectations? So, that is Beyond the Blockchain podcast. Like I said, tune in each and every Monday if you get a chance. This is where the replays is. If you can't tune in live, it's okay because the replays play in other places. You can, all you got to do is just put Beyond the Blockchain podcast in your Google search, and you will see I'm on iHeartRadio, Amazon, Google. You can find it. So this information is here for you. You just have to do your own research, as I always say. As we move on, we are still between that gap of staying above 40,000. It is a little bit blood in the water, but listen, we are preparing for something. Okay, there's something that's in the there's something that is in the wind that we are preparing for, and it's happening in 72 days. And I will talk about it. It's called Bitcoin halving, and this is the first time I actually got a call while I'm live on my show. But it is called Bitcoin halving. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. See, that call threw me off. We're gonna keep moving. So after prices, let's look through some of these prices. Like I just like to just scroll. Dogecoin is in the green. Tron is in the green. Here we go again. There go my baby right there. Y'all know I always talk about this one. It only fluctuates between these two numbers. But there's something else that I need to make sure that I add to this list. Because you guys know I've been I've been doing my my rabbit hole research on DPen and Diggities too. Look, look DPen and IOTA, so a lot of good conversations. They go helium right there. That's exactly one of there's something that is a conversation. But as we move on, there you go, IOTA. There we go. It's at 24 cents right now, man. It doesn't make any sense not to think about what that is, since I've been talking about it for my show for the past couple of days. And like I said, I'm creating a group of people who want to get into the infrastructure of decentralized infrastructure networks. Breaking. This was from the Crypto Ash, because y'all already know. If you don't know, I like to check out Crypto Ash's Twitter page from time to time. There are a lot of things that he says, and like you always have to, like, you got the newspapers, right? You got the Post, you got the Daily News, you got the New York Times. Now, due to the fact that we don't have any more papers, information and informational sources come from multiple places. So this is one of my multiple places that I like to check out. Grayscale and Fidelity have bought more than $4 billion worth of Bitcoin, are now advertising their Bitcoin spot ETFs on Google. See, things are changing very rapidly and fast. Very fast. So things are happening. Things are happening. So you already know what this word is. This is called the bullish. So if you're thinking about it, then you need to be a part of it. Let's moving on. Traders pump and dump another jupe during 700 million jupe airdrop. Now, this is a 17-year-old kid talking about how he made so much money on look, here you go right here. Matter of fact, let's go. Wait a minute, guys. Yeah, I know I got to get the background music popping in our set. You know, there's no possible way that we can't have the background music in our set. I don't know why it's playing as loud as it is. Okay, so you already know how this goes. Let's just hear what they're talking about, all right?
Traders pumped and dumped another jupe during $700 million Jupiter airdrop. A 7-year-old defunct Ethereum-based protocol may have briefly benefited from the $700 million airdrop for Solana-based exchange aggregator Jupiter, due to a similar price sticker. On January 31st, hours before the launch of Solana-based Jupiter's airdrop of Jupe, an Ethereum-based token with the same ticker spiked more than 430% on January 31st, before plummeting just hours later. According to data from CoinMarketCap, the price of Ethereum-based Jupe went from $0.005 on January 30th to $0.026 on January 31st before plummeting back to its current price of $0.
Let me tell y'all something. You know that thing that they call take your profits and don't ride the wave? You know that thing that they be talking about? Take the profits and don't ride the wave? Because these things happen within this space. That's why it's so volatile. That's exactly why it's so volatile. Because these things is happening. If I would have put $1,000 in it and I would have seen it pump up to like 300, 400,000, oh man, I'm just pulling my profits. I'm not waiting. I'm not trying to see the end of the rainbow. I'm already at the top of the rainbow. Why would I go anywhere else? You at the top. Pull it. Give me. Or you're going to be like those who didn't pull it, watch it go way up there, became a millionaire for 15 minutes. And then back to zero. 26 cents. But this is what I'm talking about.
$0.007. The price of a different Jupiter protocol. Source, CoinMarketCap. Launched in 2017, the Ethereum-based Jupiter is a protocol designed for creating and hosting decentralized applications, dApps. However, its official website says the protocol is no longer active. On the other hand, the Solana-based Jupiter is a decentralized exchange aggregator that allows users to swap, place limit orders, and deploy dollar-cost average buying strategies for tokens on the Solana network. The outsized upward price action on the Ethereum-based Jupe arrived just hours before the Solana-based exchange aggregator Jupiter opened claims on its roughly $700 million airdrop to early users. Solana clears millions of non-vote transactions in hours. Jupiter's airdrop, one of the largest ever to have occurred on Solana, went off without a hitch, according to a Solana Foundation executive. State of Jupiter, January 20,241. Most used trading platform in DeFi 2. Direct 80% of organic volume 3. Most used program in Solana 4. Top 2 by volume on CoinGecko 5. Most integrated platform on Solana 6. One of the top perp platforms, $1.4 billion volume last week deets. pic.twitter.com/WayneGeek2u. Jupiter, at Jupiter Exchange, January 30, 2024. Speaking to Cointelegraph, the Solana Foundation's head of strategy, Austin Federa, said that the Solana network performed admirably, as it handled a total of 2.5 million non-vote transactions in the first 2.5 hours of the Jupiter claims going live. Federa said that while Solana, SOL, gas fees did spike significantly at the peak of the claiming frenzy, he jokingly added that gas reached the astronomical fee of 0.01 SOL, roughly $1.02 at current prices. Federa contrasted this with the outsized gas fees paid by users of the Ethereum network during popular airdrops such as the launch of ApeCoin in March 2022. If you look at like the ApeCoin airdrop, which was probably the biggest hype Ethereum airdrop, people were paying $3,500 in gas fees to claim. However, the airdrop event also saw numerous complaints from users of third-party apps such as Phantom Wallet and Solflare in the first hour of the airdrop. Federa said the issue was RPC nodes, the interface between user wallets and the network, and not the base layer of Solana itself. The base layer 1 held exactly as you would expect it to during a large influx of user activity. The RPC layer was fine, mostly unimpacted, and validators kept producing blocks in the network, said Federa. Related, Spanish embassy spotted hunting crypto airdrops
You know
on
something?
X. Meanwhile, a 17-year
This is that I'm getting ready to skip the most important part.
old pseudonymous crypto investor who goes by the X handle Notexiverge claims to have raked in over $1 million from the Solana-based Jupe airdrop. 41% of all eligible wallets have now claimed their Jupe tokens, with a total of 566 million Jupe, 57% of the total airdrop allocation, being claimed since the airdrop went live at 10 a.m.
The thing is about airdrops, you have to be a part of what, have a loop into what's going on to receive the airdrop. So within saying that, my boy Ash, he had made a prediction that 2024 is airdrop season, right? We already seen that was the first airdrop for 2024, right? That we seen that was huge, that made millionaires. Look, airdrop season for people who are making 100K to millions from it. If you miss Jupe or Manta, don't worry. Here's a list of token list projects you can still airdrop. Check it. All you got to do is just pull up the list. There you go. Phantom Wallet, Scroll ZKP, Venom Foundation, Berachain, Layer 01 Labs, Aleo HQ, Fuel Network. Look, all the thing I'm saying is do your own research. They're giving money away. That's what it looks like to me. But make sure you pull your profits. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Pull your profits. As you've seen this skyrocket to the moon and it went to the top and went somewhere that you wouldn't even think, pull your profits. At least 75% of them. At least 75%, because you gotta think about it. You're up. Why take, if you're up, you're up. Moving on. This is something that is a big thing that is getting ready to happen. And that's why it's all of this craziness of buying and all of that, because the last time that Bitcoin halved, it surged. So, of course, I like to use the tools and the tools of the trade. So let's hear Garth Jenkins' expose on Bitcoin halving.
Bitcoin halving hopium. Study reveals 84% of investors expect new all-time highs. The fourth ever Bitcoin halving is driving optimism of new all-time highs for BTC, according to a market study involving nearly 10,000 cryptocurrency investors. Data from a survey focused on investor sentiment and anticipation of Bitcoin's next mining reward halving by cryptocurrency exchange Bitget reflects investor confidence around the highly anticipated event. Results shared with Cointelegraph outline key findings of the study and its methodology, which aim to draw from a representative sample of cryptocurrency investors worldwide. A range of demographics was covered, with participants hailing from countries in Western and Eastern Europe, South and Southeast Asia, MENA and Latin American regions. Related, $100,000 BTC? Don't undervalue Bitcoin ETF influence, says Adam Back. 9,748 participants participated in the study between November and December 2023, with the data anonymized for analysis. 84% of participants expect Bitcoin to surpass the 2021 bull market all-time high of $69,000. East Europe respondents were the least bullish on this outcome at a regional level, with 75% of respondents voting yes to BTC potentially surpassing its previous record. Investors indicate an optimistic view for Bitcoin's price following.
You know, if all these corporations are buying Bitcoin at 40,000, which they may feel is the low or the bottom, where do you think is gonna go once it half? If you got 84% of countries saying that it will exceed over $68,000 to where it did in 2021, I want you to look at all the writing on the wall, please, and say, you know, I've been hearing it, I'm listening to it, but I'm not moving on it. This is the time you need to move on it. Like, all the signs is on the wall. All the signs is on the wall. So when stuff like this is happening, right, there are people who want to be traders, then there are people who just want to be hodlers, and then there are people who want to be miners. And miner is you a bunch of computer devices, hard drive, graphic cards, all of this stuff to build systems to mine Bitcoin. And a lot of mining has been going on for years upon years. You see it, all of these devices, fans. They saying that it's bad for the community. I mean, for the not the community, the global community, because it produces a lot of energy. It burns a lot of energy. So now the United States is going to be ramping up monitoring crypto miners. What does that mean? That means that they're going in every room, in every back alley, and every underground port, everything, and try to figure out where's this energy and this data of collection is coming from. Whoa. Y'all know I like to use my tools, right? Y'all know I like to use my tools.
In a press release, the agency announced that it would begin a provisional survey of electricity consumption information from identified cryptocurrency mining companies operating in the United States. Crypto mining is how assets that use a proof-of-work consensus mechanism, like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and Monero, verify transactions and unlock new coins. Ethereum used to have proof-of-work consensus, but switched to proof-of-stake in September 2022, and no longer requires miners.
Yeah, that was the switch. That was the switch over. You know, I always looked at mining as if you want to be there, you deep in. Like, that's really, really deep in. I would mine. Why wouldn't I mine? Why wouldn't I mine? They got so many different mining devices. But yeah, the government is, you know what happens when the government gets involved in things. Things change very, very, very fast, and they start implementing different rules and legislations that changes like the atmosphere. So all the free money that miners is getting, and it's not free money because you have to mine for it. There's a lot of time, a lot of energy, you know. But it's funny that the government, all of a sudden, they're moving into a different space with this. We've been living in in the age of where some of these companies they monopolize the industry, right? They monopolize the app industry. Like, so now with digital, with dApps, right? Things will change very fast. So let's see something. Come on, guys.
This means companies that are often gatekeepers to digital content, such as Apple and Google, will be forced to open up, allowing interoperability and more competition on everything from payments to messaging.
So what does that mean? That means that me as a developer, right? I won't have to go through all the hoops and loops to get on Apple Play Store, because it's very hard to get on the Apple Play Store compared to getting on Google, but you still have to go through them. Why though? Because they the gatekeepers, they own their devices. That's another thing. The devices that they own dictates how things function. But if I own Apple, I would say, hey, you really have to go through my protocol. But here's the beautiful thing about dApps, decentralized applications. We don't have to no more. We can maneuver around thanks to the blockchain, thanks to from business to consumer. We cutting that middleman out. So this is really what changes the game. It changes the game a lot. We already know that they're not gonna go out without a fight. Let's see something. Let's keep it moving. Here's the funny thing. FTX won't reboot the exchange. Thank you. But they plan to pay back customers in full. I know a lot of people are relieved behind this. They always was saying that some government had to come involved in this because we can go back to Mount Gox. People have lost their money 14, 15 years ago, right? And now, thanks to the government and the government legislation, we're coming in. They're getting ready to make this right amongst the people. So this is the positive things about that I feel that the government is doing, right? That's one of the definitely things I appreciate. So shout out to FTX. If customers able to get their money back, that they Bitcoin back, especially if they can get it back at market rate. If it somehow it takes a year for them to get their money back and their coins and stuff went up 200-300% and they can receive market rate, then yeah, that's an amazing thing. So shout out to the government, shout out to FTX. We don't need the exchange. It's too many exchanges. I don't know if you got a chance to see Dumb Money. It's a movie that is about this whole thing, GameStop and coins, and GameStop meme coins on Solana keeps pumping. If you're a gamer, you love GameStop, here it is. Like you invest in or you look into the things that you believe in, and if you believe in meme coins, or if you believe in GameStop, then yeah. If you've seen the movie Dumb Money, you've seen it. Like, it is. It says, which minute just days ago has climbed to a price of 0.0087. You know something? Anytime I see coins at 00, those are the coins that I'd be like, look at, right? I understand GameStop is a meme coin, but if you look at where we're going with the tech space and decentralized applications, I expect at some point in time, and then they have games already, because that's something we're gonna talk about, that these Web3 blockchain games, somehow GameStop is gonna figure out how to find their way in the Web3 space. So this right here is something that's just like, it's a belief, right? Off of speculation. Like when they first made the first Pac-Man or something, they never thought that gaming would go this far to where we in virtual reality. So like I like to look at things in the future, and I always talk about how I I came across Amazon early, and I was able to invest in Amazon really, really early. And at the time we had the broker guy that we was dealing with at the time. He told us to look at it, do your research. So I looked at it, and at the time I'm like, they only selling books. Like, I wasn't thinking ahead. I wasn't thinking about how technology will change just the way how we order groceries, how we get dishes, how we do our laundry. Technology changes, right? So I wasn't thinking that far. But if I was thinking that far and say, you know what, Amazon technically is nothing but a logistics company, right? Because they technically don't own no products. They get products from one place, or get products from investors, or from startup, for businesses, right? For entrepreneurs, right? They put them on their site for sale, right? And then they ship them. And at one time, they was way better than UPS, FedEx, because if you order it today, you'll go pick it up in your box tomorrow, or it come like sometimes it still happens, right? But unfortunately, we have what they call them, mail pirates that come steal packages. So they always find cracks within the delivery, and they always find ways. So they managed a way to where they worked that whole mail thing out, and mail pirates, and then other businesses established off of mail pirates. Like the Ring became popular because now when they delivering the packages to the door, you got the Ring. You can talk to your customer, to the delivery driver or worker. Somebody comes from your stoop or something. So when you look at things like GameStop, right? And GameStop meme coin. Like, I'm be honest, like this is definitely something that I would definitely look into. And anyway, you'll spend more than this on a cup of coffee. You'll spend more than that on a haircut. That's haircut money. Just throw your haircut money in there. This is not financial advice. I'm not giving you financial advice. I got to make that clear. I'm just talking about some of the things that I see, and from my past of things that I paid attention to, that I didn't pay attention to, that I could have capitalized on. That's where all of this stuff comes on. And as we're moving on. People are going nuts for this new crypto AR game on Solana. Early access of mobile augmented reality game based on Hunger Games is causing a frenzy amongst the crypto kids. This actually dropped yesterday. I actually pulled it up. Here's the game itself, actually, and I do not have an airdrop code. All the codes that I've seen or I try to reach were dead. I'm gonna reach over to my Solana Maxi, who is Player One Taco, to see maybe he has a invite code that I can get in. But like I was saying about GameStop, imagine these things is happening within the space. You feel what I'm saying? Imagine these things is happening within the space. Imagine GameStop got involved into this Web3 game, airdropping and all that. The game changes drastically because that little meme coin could change to be something else, being a part of the community, So on that note, I am going to end my show. This is Beyond the Blockchain Podcast. Tune in each and every day, 10 a.m. I talk about things that's happening in the news, Web3 space. Like, hold on, I just gave you a list of all the airdrops that you should look into for 2024. Especially understanding that young gentleman made $1 million from airdrop. So this is what we're doing. This is Beyond the Blockchain. I will see you on the same bat time, same bat channel. Also, make sure you tune in on Monday. Our special guest will be Dio. Dio will be holding it down with the great interview, founder of Glass.xyz. He'll be in here talking finances, Glass. He'll be talking about some stuff that happened with hosting Timberland on the platform. So it is Beyond the Blockchain, and I'll see y'all. Peace.
App tracks on the beat.
Meet up in New York City. I am Abby Harris, your host today.
What up, what up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain. I am your host, Abby Harris.